tomorrow may never come. For you and me, life is not promised. Tomorrow may never appear. You better hold this very moment, very close to you. Right now. Very close to you. Like now. So close to you. Right. So close to you. Don't be afraid. Just let it shine. My homie said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My hobby said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My hobby said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My homie said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see.
Ready, lights out. And music. You ready?
This could take quite a bit of time.
What's going on? How we doing tonight? My name is Javid Wilson, CSO and co-founder of CG Studios, and I want to welcome you to our 1-year anniversary of Gang Poetry. Throughout the time, we have not only built this platform to highlight poetry, but music, dance, and art. Gang Poetry has not only become a production, we have become a family. From the guests, to the poets, to the hosts, to the entire staff. Without further ado, my partner David and I would like to take this time to give you some history from where we started to where we've come now. Enjoy. Thank you. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. If I told you 2 years ago we'd be here, would you believe me? Our poets flowing their notes and interviews all on TV. Never would imagine y'all would grasp on it so quickly. Y'all remember Phil asking if there was talent in the city. So yes, it started with some questions, when it found some answers. Started with some artists, but last show we added dancers. And Raj came up with the name, and we ain't changed it. News 12 loving the gang, we feeling famous. So get acquainted, hit a stake and we feeling dangerous. Made a lane and we paved criticism, just saving. First production we was praying 25 people to show up. In the back of our minds we always knew this thing would blow. We put the pieces together and if they fall we just put them back. Thanks to all our fans and all our poets, GP's on the map. Promise this is something like never before. The poetry becomes a drug, got you feeding for more. When Ariel speaks it leaves me feeding for a beat. And Silent Quiller, quiet killer, get on here and start to preach supreme divinity, trifecta, the holy trinity. Feel the original, get on stage and kick a soliloquy. And Elena serenade you to sleep. Shout out Phil C, that's the GPOG, you dig? Oso, that's my bro. Shout out Loso, you try to break these family ties, boy, that's a no-go. Oh no, there ain't no stopping us, King Carbon copy. Gang Poetry, the show that be uplifting against obstacles. It's hard to fathom all the lives that we've impacted. Courtesy of all of you, we here making this magic. We create, we entice, we live nice. It's Creeper Gang for life. You could have been anywhere in the world, but look, you here tonight. Gotta see it just to believe it, come on, just see the hype. Boy, y'all feeling my scream to the ceiling, boy, y'all don't need a mic. Poets bless the stage, they be waiting for us to dim the light. I know y'all just discovering the flow, but trust we been this night, so thanks again. Next time, go bring a friend. We had to bless the stage, but now we'll let the poets begin. It's Gang Poetry.
The word love cannot express the state of one who is loved. The vulnerability and yet unrealistic tranquility has left my heart trapped. Although trapped isn't necessarily the word, because a prisoner wants to escape. And I don't want to escape that feeling. 365 days, all I yearn to hear someone say is, I love you. In addiction, An unhealthy enticement has caused me to realize something within myself wasn't right. The realization has awoken the man inside of the boy who has caused the boy to confront all of his insecurities never brought to the light. However, he's thankful. His appreciation and admiration for the one who has caused this love. Who would have known my heart can beat for another the way it beats for you? Who would have known I can look in one's eyes and find so much happiness? Who would have foreseen the unforeseen circumstances we would have to overcome to gain the strength and the wisdom we now have today? No misogyny intended, but the man, the protector, the provider, the leader of the flock, the head of the household. I aspire to be a better man than my father was to me. Just to be would have meant the world to me. So I would give that to my seed, so they will never have to need, only want. Taught not to live a life driven by desires, that you can have anything your mind conspires, that there are skies higher than higher, and there is no limit to your dreams, only an amplifier. So to my unborn child, I love you. I love the fact that the reason they didn't want me to love you weren't facts. I love that your heart beats so strong, it's like it beats to a song. You'll run along and realize you couldn't be beat all along. I love all the things I'm gonna teach you, because it's things they didn't teach me. And if you ever need me, one call away is all you need to reach me. I reach out with my heart in my hands, aching for someone to grab it. You can have it, but just nurture the scars and promise not to stab it. I'm a savage. But my bestial condition is a part of me I wish were missing. Because when the clouds formulate above me, thunder makes it hard for me to listen. Then false impressions fill my mind and my eyes have distorted visions. I hear the words, can you stand the rain? And I know the pain is my new addition. But when times get hard and you can't find love, someone still loves you. If you ever wondering where, just know that love is right above you. Looming in the space of your grace, tracking your pace in preparation for what's yours. Because what's yours is first place. Because the best kind of love ain't always the one that's right up in your face. How we doing tonight? Make some noise, we at the anniversary. Yeah, y'all ready for the night? You ready to get it started? All right, so I'm gonna give you one more piece and I'm gonna get out of here, but this next piece, last piece I'm gonna give to you tonight is gonna be called The Immigrant Song. I'm in a place where people will steal the stars just to be called a thief in the night. The light don't shine, and the only sunny side is the end, where you can be headed to the highway and don't make it out your driveway because bullets don't have no names. I guess we lost in the files they saved as the hood. I wish I could backspace out of this place, but the wrong delete might end up with a sheet over your face. Never had a taste of freedom. Screaming free them at the top of my lungs because they called them thugs when the only choice they gave those thugs was an environment with the best references could get you a job selling drugs. What if I told you the hood pharmacist needs a therapist? Who could we run to when we're scared to run into the ones that's supposed to protect us from our fear? Because reaching in for a hug might turn you into a running back. I guarantee you won't come running back for that gunshot out of shotgun once you come near. Watching the chamber clear as the flash leaves you with deer in headlights. Good night as this kiss of death leaves its lipstick on this open wound. I'm not a coon, but I've seen people give more respect to a raccoon. You may be turned off by my dark skin, but you can't turn off my dark skin, because you've never seen melanin so bright. As a matter of fact, I'm on. So wipe me down. Take the weight of the world off my shoulders. Put the rib back in my chest. Tell the government to give me my pants back so I can finally wear them in my family. And give the people another stimulus to stimulate their old-fashioned American fetish for foreign shoes. As the inner city wind blows the sense of European luxuries into a crime-ridden land where success is forbidden, feelings are hidden, and faces are hardened like stone because they've adapted to their rocky bottom. We can't seem to turn down the volume of the Led Zeppelin because the heavy metal is eclectic, so we turn up. My footprints turn into mud in the sand. The concrete sinks in as I ask them what are the options for the predetermined life of a black man. A 9-to-5, or a life making a living where you work for yourself and you tell people you're an entrepreneur, and in their head they wonder how you survive, but to hide the fact they're surprised, they say, oh, I love that for you. Or a job where the products you sell to put food on the table to keep you alive is taking lives, where you go to work to sell the work, but the gift and the curse is an opportunist who didn't need a degree to prescribe medicine when it hurts. But the thirst for the paper will leave it drenched in a blue stench. So when you try to unclench and open up your hand, all you see is red. Blood money. As payment for trying to hide your ugly truth. But the truth is, I'm not gonna lie. One time a wingless man tried to teach me how to fly. He tried to have me take the low road by getting people high, and he told me to sell drugs. So I sold a dope poetry book about the crack life left me with. Thank you.
Yeah. 1, 2, check. Check. 1, 2.
Check. Bridgeport, Connecticut. Bridgeport, how you doing tonight? Oh my God. Gang poetry. What's up, Dajane? You front row? What's up, my friend? If you in the building tonight and you feeling good, make some noise, please. Make some noise.
We have this line up.
Welcome, everybody. It's been a long year. Let me ask you something.
Right here.
Who's been with us since the first show? Anybody in here been? Uh-oh, we got one hand over here. Who's that? Loso, what's up, baby?
Raj goes
Come on, what's going on? I heard you got some drinks. I heard you the plug to That's why you over there. What's going on, man? Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing on this side? You feeling good? Y'all got something to eat? Oh, no. Oh, no. Did everybody eat tonight before y'all came out? Oh. The majority of people that said no is actually a concern, all right? I'm going to need you to see y'all after this during intermission. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it, man. Make some noise for our first couple of performers, our bosses, Dave and Jav. Jav and Wilson, David Smith, Smitty D and BCLC Wills. And, of course, you got to show some love to my boy Phil. You know, he dressed to the 9, came to show love, and then he blessed the stage to start off. How you doing? How you doing? All right, now. Ladies, are y'all in the building with me? Yes or no? I don't know. Let's find out. Fellas, y'all with me tonight? Oh, we got the dog pound over here. All right, we're going to start it off, ladies. We're going to allow your time. So please put your hand together for my friend, Mama Cook.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Anyway, I'm going to be sharing 2 pieces with you here tonight. The second piece actually inspired the first piece. And my first piece can be a little triggering, so take a deep breath. If you feel uncomfortable, I will not be offended if you walk out. The invisible scar. I wonder what it looks like on my soul. Is it an imprint of the 230-pound demon on the ghost of my 60-pound, 10-year-old body? Or does it resemble a thick, meaty, pink, lip-like looking scar left by a sharp object? Invisible, but the heat of the scarlet red capital letter S shame burned its way into all of my early, if you can call them that, relationships. And shame I became, laying down for love, like that was the only way to worship a God who showed up in men willing to look past my humanity, to see only the potential of my sex, to steal what that potential could have been. There wasn't much difference between me at 10 or 14, consent or not. My body gave me up, numb and escaping, counting the shadow of headlights on the ceiling. I would lose count and begin again. Give me a second. Thank you. I would lose count and begin again. Is it hard for them to know what happened? I can't go back in time. They can't go back in time. Ooh, I'm so lost here, so give me 1 second, everybody. I was very practiced today. I'm going to finish this. I got this. This is for all the little girls and little boys who weren't heard. I got it. I would count the And shame I became, laying down for love, like that was the only way to worship a God who showed up in men willing to look past my humanity, to see only the potential of my sex, to steal what that potential could have been. There wasn't much difference between me at 10 or 14, consent or not. My body gave me up, numb and escaping, counting the shadow of headlights on the ceiling. I would lose count and begin again. Is it hard for them to know it happened? Should it be harder for them than me? I had to endure the crime. They can't go back in time. If they could, I think they would. I will never know, nor will they get to go. So I reach my hand through the years and I pull her up from that bed. She now rests on my shoulder. I comfort her and I cradle her head. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm going to just move right into the next piece. I remember my mother's hands. I remember my father's hands working on cars and rolling out pizzas. I remember my grandmother's hands curled in knots around her cane. I remember taking my son's hand, running barefoot in the rain. I remember my hand holding a joint between thumb and forefinger at my lips and the sweet release of everything. I remember passing that joint to my little sister and my big brother. I remember my rapist's hands covering my mouth when I was 10 years old. I remember hands only count to 10. I remember my sister Paula's face when she found out she had arthritis in her hands at the age of 28. I remember the taste of my son's newborn fingers, sweet and sour all at the same time. I remember the high-fiving hand that hit mine after my very first skydive. I remember taking my niece's hand as we walked semicircle around the guests at my wedding. I remember Ginny's healing hands as she laid them upon me, offering Reiki energy for the very first time. I remember holding my sister Linda's hands as she took her last breath. I remember holding my sister Carol Ann's hand as she took her last breath. I remember placing my hand in my mother's hand while she was in the ICU minutes before she took her last breath. I remember placing my hand on my father's shoulder while my other hand held my 1-month-old son hours before he took his last breath. I remember everyone dies, and I hold my hand to my heart. I remember hands are more powerful when they hold other hands rather than when they hold things. I remember hands are for healing. I remember hands are for cooking. I remember hands are for praying. I remember hands are for making love. I remember my mother's hands. Thank you.
Tell me who that nigga if it ain't me. If it ain't a party, then it's still.
Let's put our hands together for my friend Mama Cook one more time. Listen, guys, listen. Oh, man, this is bright tonight, man. I didn't introduce myself. Any of y'all know me in here? I don't know. You think so? Let's find out. Let me ask you. You got kids? No. You ain't got no kids? You got a sister? Who got kids? You got a sister? Who got kids in this building? Make some noise. Make some noise if you glad you left your kids at home tonight. I love my daughter, but she at home, she got a lot of energy, man. She can't be. But let me tell you the truth, man. That I love that girl to death. Kids are messy, ain't they? Kids are messy. They dirty. And listen, if you brought your kids in here, I'm so sorry. I love y'all. Raj love the kids. But kids are dirty. You know what you need? You need to call me. You see this shirt here? Make some noise if you know what the Black Back service is in this building tonight. Right now, this is who you call when you need your car cleaned. So tonight, we're going to talk a little bit more about entrepreneurship and business owners and how we're doing it in the city, because what we want to do is inspire the next generation of people to work smarter and not harder for their money. All right now? Come on. All right, so enough about that. We back for some poetry, yes or no? That's what I'm talking about. My brother's back for his second time now. He's about to bless the stage. I need you to do me a favor. Put your drink down, put your food down, put your phone down. Let me get some snaps for my brother, Silent Quill.
Peace, y'all, peace. Instrumentals flow through my headphones to get my mind right for the day. I just stepped on the bus, workbound. I sat at the front of the bus for a change. Thanks to Rosa and a few others, I could do that. A daydream that was provoked by last night's deeds grabbed me. I closed my eyes, followed by a smirk, only to open them up to this pretty girl sitting across from me wearing that, yeah, he must have had a good night face. She had no idea what was flowing through my mind. If she could bathe in my thoughts, she'd deliberately sink and drown herself in passion. Back to nodding my head to this instrumental, which has become the theme music to a cerebral dance session. And we don't just dance, girl. We get busy. Ocean waves gliding along sandy shores, creating sounds of tranquility at its finest, creating the perfect fusion of earth and water. Caution, slippery when wet. I surround myself in a refreshing aura as I stare deep into the depths of your soul, only to find myself drowning in a pool of your magnificence, watching you, watch me, watch you embrace and indulge every touch as we dance. I had an outer body experience during my experience in her body, sitting back enjoying the reaction of our auras in perfect fusion. I'm judging Dancing with the Stars because we're both shooting across galaxies so fast. Time seems to be at a standstill as we rocket across the skies and through the stars. Venus and Mars ain't got shit on us. You need more than the big and the little dipper to contain our Milky Ways when we splash, and we do splash back down to reality, sweating in astonishment as I lean over to taste your smile one last time before I close my eyes for the night. I become a musician, and your body is my instruments, my guitar slowly strumming your wrist across your forearms and your fingertips as my piano keys as I doze off to the melodies that I can hear in your eyes. Again, pulling myself away from this land where everything in life is perfect, I open my eyes to what is now an empty seat, that pretty girl exiting the bus, and the realization that I missed my stop. Peace. Peace, thank you. Nobody else has given me what she gives me. She challenges my mind. She brings additional drive towards my success, and the crazy thing is, I haven't known her that long. Her conversation gives me a taste of home because her dialect is of which my kin so pleasantly beat against my eardrums, and listening to her speak is music, and I dance. She manipulates my senses. My ears two-step to her voice. My mouth salsas to the substance of her sentences. I slide when I feel her genuine honesty. My eyes river dance to the movement of her lips, and she smells like forever. So tell me how one can spend so little time in my life but make me feel like she's been there for years or like she should have been. I tell myself be easy because I learned the hard way that life guarantees no promises, so I pay attention to my moves with this sweet lady because sweet can go sour instantly. Lately I've been on my selfishness because previously I've been so focused on the happiness of others, mine was simply passing me by. Bypassing any potential situation that'll give love a try, I kissed love goodbye because when I love hard. As a result, I grew soft-hearted and was left scarred, so yeah, I'm more guarded and less open, but I find myself jonesing to get on the phone and talk. My Joneses don't walk, they run, so it's a task to keep up, but I ran track, so a good dash to me is fun. Ain't nothing like a Jones embedded in bone marrow, especially when you're so used to your voice falling on deaf ears, and that Jones hears you loud and clear. See, I've been put down by statements like, your standards are too high. You get yours, don't worry about mine, because if you think mine are too high, maybe yours are too low. What do you need? See, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but beep. I got to a point where I felt no one deserved to taste my love because for some reason, no one's teeth seemed strong enough to chew it. But that's a stage that I can't go on because it looks like I've been proven wrong. So I will definitely make sure that poetry and I stay in touch. Peace. Thank you.
Put your hands together one more time for Silent Quill. Y'all make some noise. I'm telling you, man, we got some good talent in the city. Listen, if you know somebody, or if you yourself are a poet, or you're an artist, please make sure you know you can always reach out to us. So, we always accept the submissions. You can send in, if you're a poet, you can do a 1-minute video of yourself reciting any of your favorite pieces. Let us know who you are, let us know where you're from, and then maybe you can get back on the next stage. All right, that sound good? Did y'all drink your water today, yes or no? All right now, who drank a gallon of water? Oh, okay. Oh, wait, somebody said me? The bathroom is that way. All right, make sure. All right, listen, I love everybody staying hydrated. I know we've been here for a while, so I know we know this next talent that's coming to a stage. He's a fan favorite. He's a good brother of mine, and I'm telling you, this new age of art that we seeing and this renaissance of poetry and music, it feel good. It feel good. If you know what it do, it feel good to be black right now. Can I get some noise for being black right now? It feels beautiful. It's a beautiful time, black and brown. To be black and brown right now feels beautiful, guys. And with this, it's a culture. And that's why it's so special that y'all are a part of this family, because y'all are a part of the culture, all right? So make sure when you're part of that culture, you represent. Check that merch table in the back. You know I'm always plug that, all right? So without further ado, make some noise for the King Brother Bear. Yo.
I keep my heart open, but I watch who I let in. My best friends aren't usually people I question, and you saying you are one, well, that's taught me a lesson. See, in my life, you were a guest in. My lack of trust from you is what I'll be expressing. Brief, that's the frame of mind I put you in. Too many times I had to look again. Double takes, I reminisce on those days I just couldn't look away. I had your back in every moment, even when you were flawed. My approach to it all was that I pick you up when you fall. Stupid of me to think you'd do the same, fool me a few times. That's why I have this look of shame, but what you said on that phone line is when shit just changed. What right do you have to make such claims? Was I not worth the time? You said you put in too much pain. Was I not worth the time? You said you put in too much pain. People getting close now just gives me the chills. All these days, man, I'm swallowing hard pills, getting clutched up, drinking down my wills, but sometimes I can't breathe. Sometimes I just like to be seen. Sometimes you can't stand me. So was I not worth the time? You said you put in too much pain. People just play too many games. People just play too many games. And see me, I don't like to see friends as temporary, but with lightning comes thunder and both just means there's rain. I was supposed to see the signs, so now I'm the only one to blame. Man, at this point, I'm just drained. So I had a conversation with my bro, and I won't disclose his name, but he said he seen light in me. Stars, dreams, goals, maybe fame. Him I spent last time with, but damn, you saw me every day. Guess you ain't see anything. I was trying to get that forever feel. You showed me that betrayal kills to the point where I don't even know what's real. People getting close now just gives me the chills, man. That day I swallowed a hard pill. Then homegirl switched on me the same way. Another phone call, 3 months from the same day. Now my chest hurts. Getting empty from all these cold swerves had me thinking that revenge just would be well served. See, it was death before the sign, and you switched on the calls before it all. The things you thought you saw, you should have gave me a call. It's like nobody cared how I felt, giving me all hell. But what I say to those tales is hollow hearts take shells better than anything else, and I'm still standing. In fact, I'm thriving, and you could have been a part of this. These big stages, golden arches, holy crosses, swinging from the necks of bosses, but you lost it. And when I said I was done, I meant it. Because in this moment right now, you inauthentic, counterfeit, plastic, fair weather, imitation, fraud, hoax, broad. You a reptile. You ain't stayed down. You a phony. You like a stepchild. Basically, you fake to me. And it's plain to see. All those moments didn't mean we go the furthest. Guess I wasn't worth it. And all those memories are just curses from people who can't admit they're not perfect. That's why I feel worthless. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. We at GP9, baby. I love you because you black. Remember that. But with this being the first year anniversary, you feel me? I figured I'd do the first poem I ever done at Gang Poetry. So with that being said, this is called Pray My Soul. I guess I'm not your average type. Situations I've been through left me half as nice in some cases. Guess I had to write. See, what I've been through, I wasn't acting right. So I picked up a pencil and let my thoughts be a sacrifice. Are you still listening? Forgive my lack of layered penmanship, but I've chosen to be blunt with these next sentences. Let me take you through a story of a black boy who didn't want to be in mourning, but, well, see, they chose war for me. I've been shot down, choked out, locked down. They even broke into my own house, killed my girl, and they keep wondering what I'm fighting about. Bruises on my neck, bullets in my chest, scars on my wrist, and it's all for a check. Nah, it's power. And that's some shit I can't respect. They put so many bodies in the ground, yet I'm supposed to be the threat? Bet I am. And I'm going to make sure you never forget the names of the people that you laid to rest. So soon you may see me on your phone or on your TV. Hopefully it's just this video, but maybe I get too greedy. Write Black Power in the station in my name in graffiti. I try to duck out, but see, I never been too speedy. So when they catch me, I'll be another BMTD, plastered on the news. Oh, you won't believe me. But it's really true. I become another repeat, blast from the past. Don't act like you never seen me. Now it's all on you. They calling you to the streets, be protesting my name. But I feel like I got set free from reward and pain. See, they tried to deceive me, said my skin was to blame. But my brother said I'm kingly. Time to embrace it. It feel different breaking out the majors, but before you become a soldier, you gotta go through basics. Let's face it. The system was built racist, so we gotta break it down in order to fully change it. Pushback is a given. We've been killed in many cases, pulled over, knock, knock, different date, but the same shit. They spent the last 100 years being a stereotype, so we can take it. So I'm done being silent by any means we need to make it. And if that means peaceful protest, codes of silence, they may come down to full-on defiance, riots, and violence. They're gonna try to break us down to keep their clients, but they can't break me down to take my crown. Wish I could say they can't take me down, but I've been radical lately. Soon they gonna lay me down. The SWAT team might machine gun or grenade me down. And if they do, tell my brothers just hold my people down. Forever the foes, balance your soul. I down my feet before I live on my knees. 10 toes down at 6 feet deep. Peace.
Make some noise one more time. Show some love to Brother Bear. Hey, I know we took January off. Did we have any birthdays in January? Anybody? Happy birthday, Romeo. Happy birthday. Everybody say happy birthday, Romeo. Now, what about February? You got any February birthdays? All right, now happy birthday. I know it's the end of the month. Oh, word? When's your birthday? 27th. Oh, it's coming up. Happy early birthday. When was your birthday? Say, Valentine's Day. Oh, Lord. Oh. Happy birthday to everybody that we missed from January to February, man. We love each and every one of you, so thank you for coming back. So do me a favor about coming back. Y'all got 10 minutes to go out and come back, all right? Don't forget your seats. Hey, I'm not, oh, my God. Y'all are like students at dismissal, man. Sheesh. God bless the teachers, man. God bless the teachers. Y'all got 10 minutes, guys. For real, go grab something to eat, grab something to drink, do your thing, and we'll see you right back here, all right? Peace.
Feel like a brand new person. The same old mistakes. Can't last before it's too late. Feel like a brand new person. The same old mistakes. Before it's too late. There's too much at stake. Making the same mistakes. Finally taking flight. I know you don't think it's right. I know that you think it's fake. Maybe fake's what I like. Point is I have the right. Not making it black and white. Thinking it's worth the fight. Soon I'll be out of sight. Knowing it all this time. Going with what I always longed for. Feel like a brand new person. Make the same old mistakes. Can't last before it's too late. Feel like a brand new person. Make the same old mistakes. That's all it takes. Before it's too late. Man, I know it's hard to digest, but maybe the story ain't so different from the rest. And I know it seems wrong to accept, but you've got your demons and she's got her regrets. Man, I know that it's hard to digest. The realization is as good as it gets.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 5 minutes until we resume the show. Please get back to your seats within 5 minutes.
You've got your demons and she's got her regrets. You've got your demons and she's got her regrets. Feel like a brand new person. So how will I know that it's right? In a new direction. So how will I know I've gone too far? Start thinking of me, feel the action of the person. I finally I don't wanna write this down. I wanna tell you how I feel right now. I don't wanna take no time to write this down. I wanna tell you how I feel right now. Hey, tomorrow may never come. For you or me, life is not promised. Tomorrow may never show up. For you and me, this life is not promised. I ain't no perfect man, I'm trying to do the best that I can with what it is I have. I ain't no perfect man, I'm trying to do the best that I can with what it is I have. Put my heart and soul into this song. I hope you feel me from where I am to wherever you are. I mean that sincerely. Tomorrow may never come. For you and me, life is not promised. Tomorrow may never appear. You better hold this very moment very close to you. Right now. Very close to you. Right now. So close to you. Right now. So close to you. Don't be afraid. Just let it shine. My homie said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My hobby said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My hobby said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My homie said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. Sometimes I get discouraged. I look around and things are so weak. People are so weak. Sometimes I feel like crying. Sometimes my heart gets heavy. Sometimes I just wanna leave and fly away. Sometimes I don't know what to do with myself. Passion takes over me. Feel like a man going insane. Lose my brain, trying to maintain my thing. Hey, 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 hey. Put my heart and soul into this, y'all. I hope you feel me where I am to wherever you are. Sometimes I don't want to be bothered. Sometimes I just want a quiet life. Me and my baby, me and my lady. Sometimes I don't want to get into snowball. Sometimes I don't want to be a soldier. Sometimes I just want to be a man. But homie said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My hobby said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My dreamer said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My elder said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. I want black people to be free, to be free, to be free. Want my people to be free, to be free, to be free. Want black people to be free, to be free, to be free. Want black people to be free. That's all that matters.
Testing.
That's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you return to your seats. The second half of the show is about to commence. Please return to your seats as the second half of the show is about to begin.
Come on and do it right, like unite. Come on and do it right, like unite. Come on and get down, gotta have love, peace and understanding. One God, one voice, one life, one man. Gonna shine my light, like unite. Have up and do it right, like unite. Come on and do it right, like that's what I like. Yeah, baby. My people, black people, my people, black people, my people.
testing, testing. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please kindly take your seats. The second half of the show is about to commence.
You think my love is an open door? Hey, no, you can't come and go as you please. You think my love is an open door? Hey, always coming round here, stealing my peace. You think my love is an open door? Keep it up, baby. Yeah. Oh, I'm taking away your key. You think my love is an open door? Hey, one day he's gonna ask you to leave. Been trying to look the other way, like we never knew love, giving you this space. All I've got to say, stuck spinning in my head. I'm done, I'm not gonna pretend, no. I should have known it'd be this hard to let you go. Free my heart, the little things drive me insane. I'm not gonna run away, no, I'm not gonna run away. I'm not gonna run
I'm fine. I've blundered the catacombs of my mind. I don't see pain. I don't feel pain. I don't cry. I'm fine. When my father slapped me for the first time, his hand told me I shouldn't ask for what I want. His voice shut that little girl up, and the pain I felt locked tightly in my gut, and I was fine. Kids taught me life wouldn't be fair, calling me white and pulling my hair and showing me I'd always be less. Their words cauterized veins in my chest. Just don't trust anyone. I'm fine. This one time, my bestie decided she wanted what's mine. And I remember the phone call when he said goodbye. She said, I want him and him me, and looked me dead in my face. So I asked her if she liked the way my pussy tastes. I was fine. I dipped my toes into drugs and the water was nice. So I dove in and swam away from my life. And I partied and cheated and put things up my nose, and it all really helped me believe, I suppose, that I was fine. The drugs stopped working. I wish things would go silent. Who knew the sunrise could feel so violent? I wished more than anything to sleep forever, praying for that last line of life to sever. But something in me held on to the dreams I desired. A hand reached out and pulled me out of the fire. You'd think I'd give God the credit deserved. The people in his image gave me their word, and I was fine. Many white men have told me black magic ain't bad, that this ass and this sass was the best they ever had. But the parents weren't pleased, and the men were only appeased when I spoke softly, spoke rightly, and passively agreed. Blinded to the microaggressions they'd serve and the fetishizing of my exotic curves, but I was safe because they loved me more than I loved them. So I gave up my dignity for control of these men, and I was fine. My mother taught me many things as a child, but one lesson stuck with me for a while. I had to overcompensate for the mistakes of my past by hoping that overloving will make sure things last. I used to love to play with her hair when I was a child. And my last visit with her, she asked me to lay for a while and twirl her hair one more time while she closed her eyes to rest. And I watched in slow motion doctors doing their best. But they told me I needed to make a decision. Do I pull the plug or have machines keep her living? I could tell in her eyes she was done with the pain and could imagine her trapped in her head going insane. So I chose that day to let our mom go. And with her, everything about us we didn't know. I carry it with me, but we had to go on. I knew you needed me to be strong. And it kills me that I had to fill in that space, and that filling that hole is all we'll ever chase. It's a sorrow I will forever keep. Neither of us will ever weep. Buried in time, your fall that is mine. We're fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the second half. Make some noise for Nikki and Noel. Oh, now. All right, now. Listen, do me a favor. Raise your hand if you went outside and copped yourself a gang poetry to your intermission. Oh, yeah. All right, I see them hands up. Now, what y'all didn't know, for the people who ain't get them yet, is check this out. We got our names on the back because we are having these shirts for our one-night-only special. This is for the one-year anniversary. I never thought I'd see my name on a T-shirt, man. It feels good. It feels good. So please get your one-time only available collector's edition gang poetry shirts. I believe we also got the regular shirts too. All right. So in addition, remember I told you earlier about entrepreneurship and doing things for yourself. Our next poet is coming up. Please do me a favor. Make some noise for Ayana. She just released her book on Amazon. Mixed Emotions. Show some love.
Hey, y'all. So first, I just want to say I'm so grateful and humbled to be here to share this moment with you guys. I'm not going to waste no time because we're in a time limit. So this first piece is called Seasons Change. The word is a lamp to my feet and light to my path, so no season that has passed will keep me stagnant. I just move past it as I pass through my phases in amazement that the glory of God continues to work through me. You see, life is a series of seasons. So my advice to you, just let the leaves fall, because eventually they'll come back again, then fall again, because that's what seasons do. They change, and so should we. Imagine trying to catch all the leaves as they fall off the trees, not realizing that sometimes the fall is just what's meant to be. You see, I needed to learn that certain parts of me needed to go in order to grow. Some leaves had to fall off this tree because a new season was coming, in which that means I couldn't bring my pride, and I needed to feel more and face what I've been trying to hide, because transition is calling my name. I feel the Holy Spirit trying to pertain something new in my soul. It's calling me near, whispering in my ear, telling me there's nothing to fear, because with seasons come change. So let's stop trying to rearrange what God already has in play. Today is the day to embrace to the moment and surrender to every season, because sometimes things will happen and we won't understand the reason, but in those times, you'll need something to believe in. See, I've been truth-seeking, and truth is, the truth ain't always pretty. It can be bittersweet like a Sour Patch Kid, but God forbid we live in a lie that's like believing you're trapped, but in reality, it's all in your mind. The truth ain't that hard to find, it's just hard to hear, but I swear it will set you free. And I love you enough to tell you life ain't peaches and cream, and most of the times, things ain't what it seems, but it's on you to keep the faith and trust what the season is teaching, because nothing is ever for no reason, so just let the leaves fall, because eventually, they'll come back again, then fall again, because that's what seasons do. They change, and so should we. Thank you. Thank you. So I have a second piece for y'all, and I'm going to touch a little bit on mental health. At first, I was hesitant because it's so vulnerable, but I had an epiphany that it might help somebody else. So I'm here to speak against anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts, because you can overcome it, period. So this is called A Piece of My Testimony. In this moment, I'm sacrificing my comfortability in hopes you find a piece of you through these words I speak. I seek to serve your greatest good. So to those who feel misunderstood, I hear you. I know how hard it can be to feel trapped in a space you never asked to be in the first place, and I know it can be hard to fight your fears in a world that tries to tear away what makes you you. But I came to remind you, it's possible to see these things through, because if I'm being real, there's days I almost don't make it. Days when the devil whispers death in my ear, making it feel clear that my life isn't worth living. I've walked through that valley of death, sank into depression until my mind was consumed by thoughts like, what if I just ended quick? See, we've been tricked. This illusion has made our minds sick, our morals corrupt. All from the self-destruct we bring upon ourselves. We put ourselves in these cells by following the crowd, head bowed down, losing self-control, all these lost souls. But that lost soul was once me. I was living in fear, which was making it hard to hear truth until I heard God speak, reminding me that even though I walk through the valley of death, I shall fear no evil, for he is with me. So I speak this truth to remind you that you too will walk through that valley of death, which at times will leave you depressed. Nevertheless, you will overcome, because if God is for us, who can be against us? Remember, this is all a test. So yes, life can be a mess, but despite the stress, do we choose to know that God is greater than the highs and lows? The enemy can only take what you allow, so allow nothing but the power of God to work through you, and eventually you will see it through, and I know that because I believe in you. So you should too. Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise, show some love. I need y'all to do me a favor and make sure that while we here, if you got a playbill tonight, wave it in the air real quick. Remember, like y'all had church fans? You remember I used to get down with them? Make sure that you do us a favor, check in with each of these poets and these performances. Their Instagram handle should be up there, if I'm not mistaken. I know they are, actually, because they're on the back of my shirt, so they definitely ain't hand. Make some noise one more time for Ayana Nadrea. She just released her book on Amazon. Again, it's called Mixed Emotions, so please tap in. I'm telling you, you saw how her performance was just now. It covers a wide range of topics. And again, while you're on Instagram, do me a favor and follow gang.poetry, all right? Let me ask you one more question. What does gang stand for tonight?
Woo!
Sounds like a question that y'all are asking me. I'm going to ask you the question again. What does gang stand for tonight?
I got a big-ass mouth, I'll tell you that much.
That's what I'm talking about. Make some noise for yourself. I like that. We're going to get everybody in the room on the same page. So if this is your first time, welcome again. We thank you for thank you for spending your time with us. But you got to understand what gang means to us. It means gaining attention nonstop globally. All right? So by the next show, I expect y'all to know it because I know y'all going to be back. Say that. So without any further ado, it's my honor. We had King Brother Bear. If you didn't know, this brother's name is the Spanish Bear. Make some noise for Oso.
Hello, old friend. I hope you've been well. I've been doing a couple things since we last spoke not even you could have imagined. It feels like I finally found that passion to save us both from an untimely passing. Or so I thought. I've realized that in order to continue this journey, I must let you go. But I'd like to say a few things before I bid you farewell, so grab a seat and listen well as I recite this tale. In the beginning, we didn't think much about where life would take us. Doing just enough to get by was sufficient for a while, but there was always this feeling we could never shake. What was it? Why did it torment us? And why wasn't I enough? But we continued, blissfully ignorant to our pain, awaiting a savior, and when no one came, we became our own. Isolation became our closest adversary, and it will travel to the ends of the earth with us if we allowed it to. And then you met her. A renewed sense of vitality that was previously sheltered had been awakened. She was the warmth we never afforded ourselves, fiercely loyal and devoted to loving unapologetically. So why did we throw it all away? Because we denied ourselves the right to feel good, believing we were imperfect in the presence of divinity, which he gave little to no reason for us to be. Were we scared to love, to fall? Or did we simply overcomplicate things like we always do? We returned to isolation's familiar embrace, resigned to a fate already predetermined. We opened the door to sorrow and started sleeping with depression, dreams becoming haunted by premonitions and unlearned lessons, growing irritant to a mother's need for daily check-ins, and left to wonder, when did solitude become our greatest weapon? After some careful reflection, it was time for us to have an intervention. I started breaking down the walls that we had invented, and what was left from the pieces that I was left with was a man known as Brother Bear and the Transcribers Collective. I finally let someone in, and we took off running. My first show at Game Poetry told me this was the start of something. Show after show, booked on every GP production, and then came that day in August when I couldn't feel nothing. Remember the first kid you mentored? Always had this look on his face that kept the world at a distance. He came in with a school uniform on, and he always had that black Scully on his head, a symbol of his defiance. He thought he was the man at 12, but ironically enough, that was a number that didn't help. I wish I wasn't getting that text. I wish I could control what I saw next. You remember so-and-so? My hands tightly gripping the bed. Yeah, well, he died of a gunshot wound to the head. Sleep in peace, Tata. I'll never forget you. So now I've reached the part where I must say goodbye. A bond once forged, once reaching its demise. But as such as life is, when something has died, comes the birth of something new that is ready to leave its cocoon. Sincerely yours, Oso. As I approach another trip around the sun, I reflect on what it means to be 21. The boy turned into a man. As the sins of the father orbit the son, cycles of life for fun that's just begun. Being 21 is supposedly where your life takes off. Whether it's jumping off the porch or jumping through mental hoops and falling victim to the system where your skin color is what they use to measure the length of your sentence, or when being a cautionary tale is your only form of repentance. As the dawn of my adolescence is marked by solar progressions, it concludes with laughter coveted by the lunar essence. And while my happy days are spent running from bouts of depression, I'm left to become a product of my environment where the reasons for my creation are not questioned. The age where it's encouraged to pursue your goals, but are then punished when you don't achieve them fast enough. It's where people will watch you sink instead of joining you in the muck and shedding tears for those of us who didn't make it in the club. It's where we give ourselves a hug for not knowing the terrain that constantly shifts, or when a little boy trades in his toy guns for some sticks. It's a teaching from our parents with the hopes that it would stick. In our minds, that it's okay to go and ask for help. Instead of suffering in silence where there's no escaping the violence, when you can't articulate how you feel and acknowledging the time that it will take for you to heal. It's accepting the chaos that's around you and knowing that the problems will always be around to make me question if I want to keep playing this game and being okay with not seeing the sun before the rain. It's realizing that I was not meant to stay the same and truly realizing that there's beauty in my pain. It's time for me to create my own lane, even when society tells me you're not allowed to be different. But then I truly wouldn't be unique if I decided to stay the same, and I wouldn't realize the power I possess to enact change. It's the adventures that you hold in the corners of your mind. On the days when happiness is the hardest to come by, when you feel like life hasn't given you enough time to be who you want to be, love who you want to love, and to say I love you, because we weren't shown it as much. So as I approach this next chapter and the ones that are yet to be heard, I will continue to spread comfort and find solace in every word, and share my observations from the moments that have occurred. From the little house on Warner Street, I'm just a black man who won't let his dreams be deferred.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, now we talk. Now we got it. It's all right. We're going to practice that one. How y'all feeling? Y'all still feeling good? Right side, are you with me? Yes or no? Oh, I like that. Okay, let's see. Middle, you with me? Let's go. Oh, damn, they got it rocking. I don't know. They've been waiting. Up top, how you feeling? Left side, y'all are with me? Oh, Lord. And I got the walkie on this, so I can't even hear nothing. So all I hear is you right now. Listen, man, we still got a couple more acts going on. And again, please, I'm going to take 2 seconds. I know we talking on some heavy topics right now, so don't feel personally attacked. But do me a favor, check on somebody that you care about. When you leave here today, tomorrow, just reach out to somebody you care about. You never know what somebody going through, and you want to just make sure that, if nothing else, you let them know that you there for them. All right? Come on, put your hands together real quick. All right now. I ain't come up for poetry tonight. I haven't performed in maybe 4 shows. I'll be back next show though. What y'all think? You think I should perform next show? All right. We'll see. We'll see how y'all doing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the real artist tonight, my friend Supreme Divinity. Go ahead. Don't she look good? Don't she look good?
Be patient with me, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Good evening, guys. How you doing? I go by Supreme Divinity, and tonight I will be reciting 3 pieces for you all. The first one goes something like this. I said I will not let fear or lies take over young teens' minds. Time does not wait, so why should I'll cultivate my gifts to show that beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I'm getting older and world's getting colder, so I'll be the light. I'll walk the walk, I'll talk the talk, I won't run from the fight. I readjust and realign just to come to find that this body was crafted and divinely assigned to show the babies to embrace and never confine. Because all they need is their own love, the cure is inside. And we all want great things and they'll come in time. But we gotta play our role, you better be wise. Take it a day at a time. I promise you, you are the light. And I can tell, because I see myself in your eyes. I'm standing here to confirm that this is your time. Because see, life isn't all about what you can obtain, but about who you can save with what you create. That's why I put the pen to page as I grow and pray. I know my words are prophesized. He told me lead the way. The first name is Supreme, last name Divinity. And I pray these words I speak resonate with thee. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The second poem is titled Brown Woman, woman spelled WOMBMAN. And what I'd like for you all to do, all women, but significantly brown and black women in this audience, is please hold yourselves for a second, if you don't mind, and close your eyes with me as I share this poem with you. Brown woman, embrace yourself and never ever change. Design your destiny. You are the ruler, you will reign. Pray every day that you see past the glories of the here and now. Focus on what's enduring. Call on God, he'll show you how. Don't sell yourself or soul for public validation. No need to alter your skin and hair. You reflect creation. Make the time to talk to your mind and soul as you travel on your journey. Let your higher consciousness take you where you will go. Brown woman, you are love, you are light, you are peace. I wrote this for you. I wrote this for me. Brown woman, thank you. Lastly, I think for a lot of us, especially through the pandemic, there's been a lot of transitioning going on in all of our lives. So this last poem is titled God's Direction. I had to take another route because I realized sometimes God calls us to move in a different direction. One that disrupts the idle being that lives in all of us, that lives to rot in comfort, reluctant to change. And as we walk along this path, we are forced to face shadows that we thought faded in the sunset. Soul, elected to be unapologetically ourselves, and we are then forced to see who lives beneath our flesh. And when we drift from ourselves, hope seems far out of reach, and still in those moments of discouragement and uncertainty, the light instilled in us is revealed during times when we become fooled by defeat, remembering that what we are made of has saved us again. God's glory, that is. Finally, we see the importance of God's redirection, understanding that what awaits is beyond our human capacity to understand. There at the promised land, So as I make this pilgrimage my home, never getting too comfortable, allowing this form to become formless, I've come to find freedom is a choice. And to unlock these possibilities, it requires obedience to divine navigation. God is the only GPS I've ever needed. Thank you.
Show some love to my friend Supreme Divinity one more time. The ladies are representing tonight, man. The ladies representing. God is good. And all the time. Sound like we went to church together, man. How many people in here went to church? I like that. Listen, I'm Jamaican. I used to get pinched in church because I was falling asleep. I couldn't do it, man. It was long services. So listen, it is an honor to be on a stage with some of the best talent that I've ever seen in my life. And I mean that because Gang Poetry has taken us from literally, I think the first stage that we were on, that we built, was like from here to like right here. And we split a band. I've never seen this. We split a band on either side of the stage. We had the drummer and this dude over here, this dude, them two over here. It wasn't that much room right now, guys. I'm telling you. So to see how far we have come from talent that we didn't even know existed to where we are tonight is truly special. So can we just make some noise for the talent real quick and the journey? And shout out to everybody on their own individual journeys in life. So with all that being said, it is a blessing to introduce back for his second time. And I know he's a fan favorite because y'all love him. Y'all loved him on the first show that he was on, and y'all gonna love him again tonight. Do me a favor, welcome to the stage, Ballads!
I'm seeking the balance between my head and my heart. Need a wisdom to wait and a passion to start. Our colors coming together is a beautiful art. I pray the next stroke don't paint us apart. Ever since I was knee-high, my father would teach me that education is the key. The key to open the doors that men like him and I were meant to be locked out of, and I've held this message near and dear to my heart for some time. I have since learned that when it comes to the matters of the heart, any key that is crafted requires communication. So to the woman who holds my own, I need you to know that as proud as I am at the fact that I scribe every day of my life, on the opposite side of that token, there is shame. Shame because this remedy of writing I have used for years to clear my mental is now the same thing that clouds all communication. Because when I speak, we argue. And when I bite my tongue, there's frustration. I then jump at the chance to retreat to my sanctuary of sentences, avoiding the inevitable argument brewing in the background. And ever since I've adopted this new motto that some things are better left unsaid, I sit and watch how each sentence that goes unfinished gets sent to a cemetery. And honestly, that shit is scary. Because I can see the silhouettes of their souls sitting in the shadows of every argument we engage in, and that is what got me thinking. Should these grievances remain dead, or are they better off said? Because even if I don't give them life through confession, they still find a way to molest my mental from the grave. And that is what got me quiet. Sitting in silence, searching for the words to say to you, and it's ironic because as slick as I am with the tongue, you always tell me that it is my silence that unsettles you. So I'm quiet. But when I'm quiet, I just need you to speak to me. Because my heart is struggling, trying to keep the beat of the corazon that you call your own. And it's really working overtime to match the frequency. Trying to explore this love, find what it mean to me. Because I feel myself falling like a leafless tree. Know that it's easy to argue and hard to keep the peace. But when I'm drifting away, I need you to reach for me. And if I gave you my heart, would you need a key? And if I couldn't give you one, would you stick around and try to pick the lock with persistence, or would you leave it be? Because I'm sitting here trying to find a decency to stare at the man in the mirror, even through tainted eyes. Tried to mend all this hurt so we can make it by. And if we both willing to work and we take our time, we can stand on the edge of eternity, unafraid to fly. Stare death in the face, unafraid to die. Dwell in a place untraced by the naked eye. See, we can live our dreams as we spread our wings, take a leap of faith, and prepare for this crazy ride. And when it comes to mistakes, I'm more than guilty. But if I lose your trust at this moment, that shit'll surely kill me, because when it comes to the case, anybody in this state, you're the only person up in this region I know the real me. What up, what up, what up, what up? Shout outs to y'all, man, for coming through and showing love, man. They're gonna kick me off in a second, so I'm gonna try to get right to this next one. But first and foremost, glory to God, man. The many blessings that we have. Make sure you keep counting them blessings. And secondly, I want to shout out this movement, Gang Poetry, because, I mean, this is 1 year of what they've been doing, and the sky is the limit, literally, man. It proves that you could just do anything you put your mind to and just make sure you keep your heart in it. And last, shout out to y'all, man, for coming out, showing love in the middle of a pandemic still. We still rocking, you know what I mean? We choosing fear over love. Fuck all that war, fuck all that bullshit. It's peace, it's love. That's the energy and the frequency we coming with. So I'm gonna get into this last one, and y'all came out, y'all showed love. I wanna ask y'all to do me another favor, even though we asked y'all to come out, y'all came out. I'm gonna ask you to do one more favor. For this next piece I perform, I'm gonna ask y'all to not record it. Not that I don't want you to watch it again, but if you do watch it again, I want you to watch it with us on our platforms, right? But there's another reason why. The biggest reason is because I learned that when we are doing this performance, one of the biggest things you could do is be present and be here with us. And if you feel something, you can snap to it, you can stomp your feet, you know, you can let people know that you're feeling it, and it really changes the performance for the performers. So I'm gonna perform this next piece. It's one of my favorite pieces. I hope you watch it again. In fact, I implore you to watch it again on our platforms, Gang Poetry, or my Instagram, which is Balance. And this poem is entitled Distant Lovers Before Galileo. It's super short and sweet. And it's one of my favorite poems. But another reason why I asked y'all not to record it, because when you hear it for the first time, it hit different than the second time. Second time is cool, but the first time is like, it's different, all right? So it's called Distant Lovers Galileo. We're gonna jump into it. I said, no need for words. Our relationship is silent. And who the hell needs words when our body language sirens? When I get that thing going, you start coming, but I wouldn't say you hiding. Because the whole world sees your beauty, and your booty so giant. That's why I love when you're above. You're like Sierra when you write it. And you like when I climb, because my touch is like the Midas. No surprise when I arrive on land like a pilot. And as I scroll down what I like to call your timeline, I can tell that you like it. And as I stop and spend time at each spot, I can tell you excited until you reach your peak where you shine the brightest. Then I give you a quick light kiss. Have you thinking that these lips eclipsed on that light switch the way you flowing like a hydrant? Now my boy Jive, it might say it's nasty, but I say, hey, don't knock it till you try it. And even when I talk dirty and tell you I want to bite it, my mouth stay clean from the orbit and trident. You're the queen of my dreams, so I address you as my highness. And although we're distant lovers, our love is timeless. Thank you. So yeah, once again, my name is Balance, man. Thank y'all for coming out, showing love. And just to, you know, real quick, that poem had nothing to do with sex, or nor was it sexually intended. It's more so the relationship between the moon and the sun, as the earth is still the center before Galileo. So yes, thank you very much.
Who shall I be? I ask myself this question as I explore the path of my new profession. Maybe I should be the poet who shares stories about his struggles with depression, or how the insecurities he formed were the weapons that prospered against him.
I say it's all about your lessons, what you've been through and the characteristics you've been testing, how you want the world to see you and the values you be stressing. That query is really best when you can actually control your face when you second guess it. So when it comes to who am I, well, it's two sides, two faces, different cases. See, I've been to many places and everybody sees the king, Brother Bear, but see, y'all don't know what that truly means. Though I define myself as a poet, I'm still a human being.
I know you heard of the three kings, the trifecta, the guardians of the poetry collective. Who am I? I am goodbye. I am hello. I am the light. I am your worst fear and the most delightful sight. I am the last kiss goodnight from the lips that sip from the cup of life. I am all the wrong decisions that turned out all right. I am the kite that flew with no wind. I am the pen that wrote with no ink. I am a blink in a staring contest where I realize no one can contest. I'm blessed. I'm so conscious I could never go into cardiac arrest.
I am the quest, the journey, but I must profess I am also the loneliest guest. I'm the loudest, quiet motherfucker you've ever met, yet I am the knight with the sword of 1,000 words piercing your chest. I am to a T what you see before you take your last breath, the holy crest. I am on a throne of statements from a mouth that never left. The jealousy used to eat at me, but inside is where it's kept. Trying to be something different almost turned me to the same people I didn't respect, but I was the one. Well, at least I tried to be what everybody expected. Never mind the fact that the strategy of my attack lacked some perspective. My persona was only reflective of that mirror mask that you hold your sickly breath in.
You don't know how long it took me to find the answer to this question, or how the road getting here was filled with trauma and continuous lessons. But I am my mother's blessing. And no, I'm not a prophet, but this gospel that I speak is what defined my adolescence. I was constantly second-guessing whether I was built for the praise, trying to fight this feeling this is only just a phase as I sit in the days and sift through the days. But I am the visionary who's not content with being temporary, and it's crazy how being just a moment in time is a thought that truly scares me. Be wary.
Sometimes people's identity isn't who they present themselves as, it's who they pretend to be. They'll slither in your life like a snake, and their tongue is where they hide the venom, using passive-aggressive comments just to shield their hidden agendas.
Like when a woman tells you, it's yours, she's just a great pretender.
When your mom want to borrow money, you ask for it back, and now she don't remember.
Or when you finally get the number and it's a green bubble to the sender.
Ooh, the shit feels like embers, as if my heart wasn't already tender. Then I was thrown in a blender, found myself surrounded by fakes, the blaze ripping me apart. What more must you take?
I know I've made my mistakes, but I adapted to what attracted me, and the result was watching my potential peek through the cracks of a dormant sleep.
I refuse to be sheep. If I was, I'd be the black sheep that uses loose leaf to convey thoughts I wouldn't dare utter through my teeth. I use words to speak existence. I manifest through my intuition. I learn success books get you hooked on breeding everything into fruition.
Well, Phil, ain't that the mission? Bringing things close that look distant. See, I've walked through the trenches, got comfortable with the dope dishes. I'm warm in the winters and calm through the blizzards. Them cold nights alone are why I never surrender, bro. Don't y'all remember?
I remember my father's apartment that on the weekends I call my home. Then I go home to my house on the weekdays for school, and for some reason feel so alone. It was an emptiness. I knew I would be great, but I wasn't ready yet. I recollect not knowing myself, not knowing about mental health, not knowing that as a man it's okay to go and ask for help. It's okay to admit you don't know if you don't know. A wise man once told me a know-it-all could never grow, and anything that doesn't grow is complacent, lacks determination, and stagnancy, something that I never want to partake in.
So I decided to be the poet who shares a dialogue with his statements, and to share this information with your attention as a chosen payment. I just want the bag for my work to be paid in full, because dreams get killed every day, B. But you tough, right? That's what they say to you as they envy something they can never do and selfishly question why they weren't worthy of the vision too.
It's because they had their blinders on, couldn't qualify that you put out the truth, had an intent to free minds, the radical speakers, the free thinkers. They wanted us to stop showing the tape, started gaining our notoriety, and started treating us as the menaces to society.
They lied to me. You know you done fucked up, right? They can't see vision. Perspective could only be seen by those who were given sight. We live eye for an eye when life truly isn't a fight. It's just perspective. I see in color and some only see in black and white. For example, there's a man from a broken home in a broken city with a broken soul. He could never take control. This is a man who could never identify his goals, but he liked that gold and would do whatever for the chain for the same people that considered him the weakest link. To think, he didn't live a life of crime. Now he got a bond. How's his collateral? Who's gonna console the mom? She reads psalms over the phone as she wipes her face with a palm, then it's calm. A steady silence in the commotion of the storm. She just laughs and says, son, I remember the day that you were born.
She said, I knew you were strong. Holding my head in her arms, she whispered affirmations that helped silence the alarms. It showed me patience during the times when I didn't think that I was wrong, so I'm done with hesitating, and I no longer fear the fall.
I now know where I belong. Knowing to pick up the call, I know myself when I need help, when my back is against the wall. And when I see the fog, I can walk through it all, watch everything clear up, put my line in the sand, and from where I stand, I can tell you,
this is who I am.
So we just want to thank everybody for coming out. I'm going to bring out my cousins, the two people, you know, that we started this with. I'm going to let Asia talk for y'all.
What up, everybody? What up, everybody? I just want to address the crowd real quick and just let you guys know we appreciate all of y'all. We wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for all of y'all in the crowd. We started in a very, well, I wouldn't say very small because it's still our studio. I love that place. But we started in a small studio, hoping that maybe 20 to 30 people would show up. And now, here we are today in the Bijou Theater, 365 days later.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
I just want to take a second to recognize any past poets who've been on any other GP show. If y'all could stand up right now, come to the stage.
Come to the stage. If you have performed a gang poetry before, please.
Let's go.
Come up here real quick. This is the 1 year anniversary. All the poets.
All the poets.
Everyone.
All of y'all.
Everyone. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Bring yourself.
This right here, this is gang poetry.
This is it.
Come up here.
Come
up
on.
here.
Come on, Q.
Come up here.
Let's go.
Like this right here is what we do. This right here is what we put together. You know, we bring the people together. We bring the state together. We bring the cities together. We bring everybody together, you know what I'm saying? And here at CGE Studios, we have a saying that everyone, if y'all performed here, y'all should know the saying, what we say. So here at CGE Studios, we like to say, create, entice, live nice, Creeper Gang for life.
Woo! Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a good night. Get home safe, everybody.
Thank you for coming. Have a great night. And shout out to the host tonight, my boy Rajay Pessoa. Shout out to the host.